Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's set is going to be very pink, very sparkly and fairly 3D. There's going to be quite a lot of things on here that are going to be kind of sticking out. We've got a few like charms and we're going to do some 3D flowers. So stick around to see how I achieve today's set. So as usual, I'm already showing you guys the gel polishes I'll be using today, and this set has a nice just two colours. One is a Madam Glam colour, it's like a really nice pink, and the other one is a Cloud Beauty nude. If you're an OG on my channel, you probably know that. N17 from Cloud Beauty is my all-time absolute favourite gel polish. I've probably gone through 3 or 4 bottles of their 15ml bottles already, so it says a lot how much I love this gel polish, and it's probably the one gel polish I actually went through that many bottles, because I don't know, yeah, I probably only ever gone through 1 or 2 bottles of a given colour from a company, and yeah, that one is just, it's just non-stop. But you'll probably see why in a moment, because it's just the perfect shade of nude. It's not too nude, it's not too warm, it's just such a beautiful nude. It's my all-time favourite. You'll probably see me use like a different nude every so often, and that's just because it was during the time when I ran out and I have to replace my nude, so I have a different one. But this one is, and always will be, my probably all-time fave, unless I find the exact colour in a different company. Then I'll have 2 favourite colours, I guess, or different company colours. So as you can see with the video, I am doing 4 nails in that gorgeous pink, and I'm doing 1 nude nail. So I'm gonna pop that set into the lamp, and I will be doing the second layer off camera, and then I'll come back to you guys and we can start cracking on with our nail design. So with the second layer, I didn't cure it just yet. We're gonna sugar 1 nail, of course. One of those nails is going to be the pink nail. So I've got this beautiful pink glitter. So it's a glitter I don't usually use. I usually use my like white glitter. This one's the pink one I have, and I'm just gonna sugar the nail. Just sprinkle it all over the nail before curing it, and then once I'm happy, I'm going to cure it. So this is my lazy method, just for the video really, but I would highly advise that you sugar on a wet top coat layer before and then cure it essentially. So this is just my lazy method. I don't know why I always do it, but it just feels right to me for these videos for some reason. Sometimes I do the top coat method, but yeah, sometimes I just decide to do it this way. So that's what we're going to do, but I do highly recommend doing a top coat layer is going to be better essentially. So especially if you're doing it for clients. If once again you're doing it for like a YouTube video or anything, I would advise this bit, but if you're doing it for a client, highly recommend doing a top coat. So now that the whole set is cured, I decided to utilize this glitter even more. So I wanted to show you guys they can do kind of 2 things with this kind of glitter. So one, of course, I sugared a nail, but now I'm using one of my makeup brushes and I'm just kind of rubbing it into the tacky layer of the pink, which is really nice because it's going to get stuck in there, and that way you can also avoid the like rough feeling of a sugared nail. So you can do 2 things here. You can literally rub it into the tacky layer and you've got a beautiful, still very sparkly nail, or you can sugar the nail as well if you wanted to. So for the rubbing in method, I guess, we're gonna do 2 of them. So this is the first one. You can see how sparkly it still is. But now that I've put it back onto that metal plate, you can see the difference in one has such a different kind of feel to it, and not physically a feel, but just the way it looks, and the other one looks completely different. Even though we use the same base colours, the same glitters, just the application method is different and it instantly changes the way a nail looks. And also we're going to do it on this nail. So we're going to have 2 nails. I think it's so cute. So once we're done with the nude nail, we are going to do a French tip on that one. But I guess the main gist of today's video is probably messing about with the 3D flowers again. I haven't done them in such a long time, and they're so fun to do and so easy. So I thought I might bring them in again into a video to show you guys how nice and easy they are to use. So hopefully if any of you guys are struggling and to do 3D flowers without acrylic. So if you're not into acrylic, I really want to be. I'm still practicing. I've got my red iguana hand that just came in, and I'm so excited to try and practice, and hopefully soon, well soon, I don't know how soon, but eventually I would like to do acrylic content on my channel as well, like a mixture between nail designs, acrylic content, vlogging and all of that kind of stuff, just everything nail related, preferably of course, on my channel. But of course for now, gel polish is my like comfort zone, so that's what you're gonna see the most of. But yeah, so if you don't like, or you don't know how to use acrylic to do flowers, I've got just in the background now, you can actually see the ENA Power don't know what the rest of it says, but it's a 4D carving gel, and it's amazing to create flowers, which you've seen a moment of how crazy easy it is to do. So as you saw on that nude nail, I did the French tip, I did the second layer of camera, and then because I'm going to be doing some white flowers, I found this beautiful little cute bow in my little collection, so I thought this one literally would look perfect right where the C curve is. So I'm just going to place it right in the middle there, which is quite nice. So if at any point you've got a wonky French tip, then this is literally perfect to do. If you ever want to cover it up, this is the way to go. So whilst that one's curing, I'm going to grab my base coat and I'm going to apply it onto those two sparkly nails that we've done. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want it to have like a tacky layer and of course a base coat or a different color. Of course, if you wanted to go over it with a different color, we'll leave a tacky layer. And that's because I find that when I'm doing these flowers with the 4D carving gel, it just sticks on better to the nail and stays exactly where I want it when I'm pressing down and stuff like that. So that's why I'm going in with a base coat. And then we're going to cure it, and then we can tackle away with the flowers. I think that's going to be the next step. Yes, so I'm just going to take these two off. Here's our 4D carving gel. So this bit is very fast forward. I think I doubled the speed on this one, possibly. Or maybe not so much. But here we're going to play about with some, some pearls. So they're going to be the center of our flowers. So I'm taking one of those sparkly nails. I'm going to place a pearl on the left hand side of it. Right, then I'm going to flash cure it, just so it doesn't move when we're playing about with our flowers. And then we're going to start placing our petals. So we are going to use a dotting tool. We're going to scrape up some of that little, I don't know, I guess gel? Or like, I don't know what you'd call this consistency. But I'm placing it onto my hand. I'm just rolling it into a little ball and then I'm placing it down. And then using a silicone tool, which you'll see in just a second. Here we go. This little pointed side. I'm placing it into some nail prep, nail cleaner kind of liquid. Just because I find that way it doesn't stick to the gel. Is it a gel? I don't know. To the 4D carving gel. That's my little trick that I do. When I first started off, I found it so difficult. It kept sticking and it just didn't want to do what I wanted it to do. So that's why I've started playing about with some nail cleaner and it worked like a charm. It doesn't stick. These 4D carving gels are from AliExpress. So they are very affordable, very cheap kind of products. And for me, they work amazing. They're the only ones I've ever tried at the moment. And as you can see, I am not having any issues. They're so nice to use and they look amazing too. So I wonder whether or not if there are, if I ever, and I want to, at some point when I try the more like branded, more expensive like 4D carving gels, whether or not the nail liquid will be needed or if it's just a thing with all of them, I don't know. But for this one, it's very sticky, so I do have to use the nail cleaner just to avoid any like stickiness. There we go. And as you saw, when you place it on your hand, if you place too much, you can always scrape a bit off. So the key here really would be trying to make balls that are the same size. That would be the biggest trick there, just because you don't want one petal to be bigger, one petal to be smaller, one petal to be, I don't know, more thicker, I don't know. So you need to try and, that's basically the hardest bit I reckon, just trying to make sure that the petals are the same size. And after that, I think it's easy peasy lemon squeezy. So as you saw, I cured it again because I placed another pearl down and we're going to do another 3 petals coming away from that pearl. And that nail will be done. And as you can see with that silicone tool, I am pressing it down at an angle as well. So I'm not pressing it down straight like down. I'm pressing at an angle so that the tip is starting off right in this by the pearl, if that makes sense, and I'm pressing slowly downwards. I hope that makes sense, I don't know. But I honestly, this is, don't be afraid of it, basically. I've already done a video of kind of playing about with 4D carving gels. I did a review on these and I played about with them. I did like an ombre version of a flower. I did a butterfly. It was such a fun video. I will leave it down in the description because it's so fun. It was, I just love filming it and I feel like you can really see what you can do. In that video, I think it's a bit more detailed. It's been a little while since I've watched it and filmed it, but yeah, I think it's a bit more detailed in that video. So this is the little flowers. Well, not so little, very big actually. There's our flowers, and then we can crack on with our other one. So for this one, I wanted to do a different kind of flower. This one's going to be a full flower. So I'm placing a pearl right in the middle of that nail. Then I'm going to place it into the lamp again just to flash cure it into place. And we're going to do 5 petals, I believe, going around that nail. It's the same process, but for this one, I decided to switch it up and show you guys another technique. So sometimes you might find difficulty in placing one petal, creating the petal, and then placing the other beads, and you might find yourself that you wanted to place 5 petals, but the other ones became too big, you don't have enough space for it, but you really wanted the 5 petals because 4 might look weird or something. So here I also sometimes like to do the balls first, place them down, and then gradually start to create the petals as they go around. That way I'm able to kind of maintain the same size of the petals all around, if that makes sense. So I'll probably let you guys watch now. There's not much else to say, just have a look how I do it, and I'll be back with you guys once I'm done with this flower. Alright, so as you can see, the flowers are done, and I forgot to mention that I'm also going to add some extra pearls going around that nail, just literally scattering those pearls around. I placed 3 at the top, and then I'm going to place 3 at the bottom, as you can see, and then once I'm happy, I'm going to place this nail into the lamp. There it is, all nice and cute. So now that everything is cured, it's time for the top coat. So I am going to glossy top coat this set, although I feel like matte top coat could have been the way, just because, yeah, I don't know, I feel like I'm quite curious to see those, like the nails that I wrap the glitter into, just to see them matte. I feel like that would be kind of interesting to see, and since they have the flowers on, I feel like that would have maybe made it like a really nice contrast between the flowers and like the background. I'm not too sure, but I am quite curious to see what it would have looked like. So I'm glossy top coating all of those. The glossy top coat I'm using is from Venalisa. Just gonna glossy top coat them all, and as you can see, I'm trying to avoid those flowers. I've never actually tried to top coat them. I don't know whether I'd like them top coated. I quite like the matte look that they give onto the nail, and of course this last nail is going to be the biggest pain on the planet to top coat. I would recommend floating, I guess, but once again, sometimes I'm just not thinking when I'm doing these nails. I'm kind of like thinking step by step what needs to be done, and not necessarily like how is it going to be the easiest way to do it. So you can do what I'm doing now, just going around them, or you can just float the top coat first, then apply the pearls, whatever kind of suits you. So I'm just going to go around that, pop the whole set into the lamp, and here are the final results. So I hope you guys liked it. If you did, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it, and hopefully I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.